What's up, guys? So I did a video yesterday talking about the dangers of body punching or going to the body in MMA because of little gloves, and you're being countered with a 4-ounce glove versus being countered with an 8-ounce or a 10-ounce glove. And I had a couple of people comment, well, what about the Diaz brothers? What about Taporia? And you're not wrong, but my logic is this when it comes to body punching. First of all, there's a reason why you don't see a lot of people body punching. If it was that good of an idea, you would constantly see it way more than you do. And there's a reason why. I mean, the sport's been around now for 30 years, so we're not new anymore. And there's a reason why you don't see it as much. But guys like the Diaz brothers and Taporia have had success with it for sure. And one reason why, the main reason why, is they're pressure fighters. When you're an extreme pressure fighter, and they're not just pressure fighters, they're extreme pressure fighters. Like the majority of their fights, they're always the one coming forward. And when you're doing that changes things for sure. If you're an extreme pressure fighter, then you're going to mix it in. And that being said, it's not like, especially Taporia, but even the Diaz brothers, it's not like they're throwing body shots equal to the number of headshots. They're still probably at most 20% of their strikes are body shots. And what I was saying is I think the average regular MMA fighter should be throwing body shots less than 10%, maybe even like 5% of your arsenal if we're talking about boxing and MMA, just hands, not kicks, of course. Then you should throw less than 10%, maybe even like 5% of your shots to the body, that it is too risky. And the Diaz brothers have made it work because they're extreme pressure fighters, and Taporia has made it work because he's an extreme pressure fighter. And also, he's just more athletic than everybody, guys. When you're that much more athletic than the majority of the competition, then you can pretty much do anything you want. Like, just because that style works for him, that doesn't mean you should implement that, or you should suggest someone else implement that, because most people aren't as athletic as him in fighting. Most people aren't as experienced as him also with, all the years of training since he was basically probably 8 years old or younger. He's been training some form of martial arts. So super experienced. I'm not talking to the guys that are already in the UFC doing this. I'm talking to the guys that are trying to come up and just trying to give my opinion on how risky it can be to go to the body. So if you're coming up, I would still suggest less than 10% of your strikes ever going to the body, or not strikes, so your punching arsenal go to the body, probably even 5%. It's good to mix it in every now and then, but I've seen a lot of people countered, and it's risky. The biggest example of that is Rampage and Chuck Liddell. If you go back and watch that fight, the second fight when Rampage won the belt in the UFC, countered him off of a body shot. It is very risky to do so. So that was just my opinion. I appreciate the comments though, and I do understand that there is people that do body punch in MMA and do make it work, but it's also a select few people that ever make it work, and it's just risky for the majority of fighters. The exception really doesn't make the rule. Like, just because Taporia can do it doesn't mean it's a good idea for the average fighter to try that strategy. And also, it's not like they're throwing 50% of their strikes or their boxing hand combinations to the body. They're maybe throwing less than 20%. So, and maybe even less than 10%, depending on. So, just my 2 cents, guys. Appreciate the comments, though, and I appreciate the engagement with you guys. Thank you so much. If you're new to martial arts and you're looking for a gym in your area, get my book, The Ultimate Guide to Choosing Your Martial Arts School and Instructor. Link is in the description below. And any other subjects or anything you'd like me to talk about, leave a comment below. Thank you, guys.